Well, good afternoon. It's Friday, August 30th. It's Labor Day weekend. I've got the day off, and of course, we have 4 days ahead of us. So we're taking a little mini vacation. We bought a new travel trailer about 2 months ago. We've taken it on one shakedown trip, and now we've got a bunch of trips planned. Starting with this one, I think we have 5 more trips between now and January. Tracy and I have spent the morning getting everything loaded up, and we've got it hooked to the truck, and we're ready to go. All right, well, a few minutes ago I told you we bought that travel trailer 2 months ago, and we've only used it once, but we've got like 5 trips planned in the next several months, and there's a good reason for that, and that is because something happened on August 1st that was really important.
I retired.
And on July 22nd, what happened?
You sold your business.
That's right. So I have to work a little while longer to help the new owners, but in a month or two I will be free as well. So we are going to start traveling a lot. So with that, here we go. We're on our way to the Stephen Foster Folk Culture Center State Park near White Springs, Florida. Stephen Foster was an American composer who lived in the mid-19th century. His most famous song, written in 1851, was Old Folks at Home. Some people refer to this tune as Way Down Upon the Swanee River. This song was designated the Florida State Song in 1935. Surprisingly, Stephen Foster never saw the Swanee River or even visited Florida. We're all set up. It's a little hot today. I am sweating up a storm, but electric's hooked up, water, got our chairs out, and the AC is running full blast inside. We don't have a lot of experience camping yet, but we thought this was a beautiful campground. There are 45 sites spread around 3 different loops. Each of them has water and electric, and there's a convenient dump station as you exit the campground. There's also lots of roadways with little traffic that you can ride your bikes on. Is the water down this way?
Water?
Yeah, the river? Okay. This way, sweetie. Hi, babe?
Are you opposed to getting a new bike?
Am I opposed? The bike is perfect.
I think it's the budget.
Baby, it's perfect. This path leads to the canoe launch on the Swanee River. Unfortunately, this area was closed due to high water brought on by Hurricane Debbie, which passed through southeast Georgia and the panhandle of Florida just a few weeks before our trip. They got some nice rental cabins here. All right, so tell me what you're cooking tonight.
We're gonna have chicken tenderloin things with some fried red potatoes on the grill and some sauteed green beans.
All right, and we're cooking them on our...
Blackstone that we've never used before.
Right, the one we bought off of Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace. And I was not prepared for dishes and stuff like that. Thankfully, you remembered. You thought of bringing that
Cutting board.
It'll work. It'll work.
It'll be fine. So we bought this on Facebook Marketplace, but then we also got a hose so we can use the gas off of the camper instead of using the little grills. Smells good.
Are you recording those?
In keeping with the park's theme of folk culture, they have live demonstrations of weaving and quilting.
She did, this is one pattern, two, and she did 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 patterns of that, and 4 of each, so she made 24 of these, and that made a baby blanket, a little bit bigger than this.
Think about all the work
That's
to
a
do
lot
that.
of work.
Think about all this stitching.
So you can turn them different ways, you could turn them the opposite way with all these pieces coming together in all directions, it would make a different pattern.
Yeah.
So it's fun to play with these certain blocks that you have and realize that by turning them in different directions, you get a whole different look of.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We've got lots of looms here. This is called an Inca loom, and it makes narrow things, belt straps, guitar straps, hat bands, whatever you want that's narrow. Table loom, floor loom. On the wall over there is simply a picture frame, that you would buy with nails and twine, homemade kind of thing. You don't have to spend a lot of money on a loom, particularly if you've got kids or grandkids that might be.
Well, we have made it to Big Shoals State Park. It's about a 5-mile drive from where the camper's at. And this is at the end of about a 2-mile dirt road. And you eventually get to the park entrance. It's self-serve. You put $4 in an envelope. That gets up to 8 people in your vehicle in. And we are about to take a 2-mile round trip hike down to the Shoals, where there's actually some rapids on the Suwannee River. So the canoe outpost place that I spoke with said that if they put you in north of here, when you got to the rapids, you had to carry the canoe around. The intersection of US Highway 41 and Bridge Street is the location of the only traffic light in town. On the corner is the Suwannee Hardware and Feed Store. The building has been in existence since 1865 and was originally a general store. It is really a fascinating place to visit. You can see in this video that it looks like it's probably been 100 years since it's been painted. But inside is like walking back in time. Next, we made the short drive to Lake City, where we visited Hal Patter Brewing Company for lunch and a few cold drinks. The brewery gets its name from Hal Patter Tuscanoogie, a famous Seminole Indian chief. The word Hal Patter means alligator in their language. The chief lived in the 1800s and is said to be buried near Lake City. Tracy and I shared a Cuban sandwich and some wings, and the food was absolutely amazing. Just outside the entrance to the state park is the remnants of an old tourist attraction called White Sulphur Springs. This building you see used to be the spot where hundreds of tourists would converge from all over the country to swim in the sulfur water, which they believed had medicinal qualities and could cure just about anything. Since it's against the rules to take off or land any aerial vehicle from a Florida State Park, I drove just outside the entrance to fly the drone. Here you see an aerial shot of the White Sulphur Springs structure we just talked about a moment ago. And here you see the Stephen Foster Museum that's located in the heart of the state park. This museum is built to resemble a plantation house from the 1800s. Upon entering the main room, you'll see a variety of dioramas depicting scenes from Foster's songs. There's also a room filled with beautiful old antique pianos from the same period. This was a bit of an uncanny experience for me because I visited this museum as a child with my parents over 55 years ago, and I recall being fascinated by these animated dioramas. At the center of the park is a 200-foot tower which houses the world's largest tubular bell carillon. Since 1957, these bells have been playing Stephen Foster's songs throughout the day. Unfortunately, the bells were silenced due to damage incurred during an electrical storm in 2017. On the last full day of our stay, we decided we had to find some relief from the 90-degree heat, so we took a short 20-minute drive and visited Swanee Springs. There we got to meet a nice young family who were also from Jacksonville, out enjoying the cool spring water. We hope you enjoyed this video and maybe even enjoyed it enough to want to visit Stephen Foster State Park sometime. Tracy and I have a lot of adventures planned in retirement. If you'd like to travel along with us, hit that subscribe button at the bottom of the screen. And until then, be blessed.